I'll be honest. I've interviewed probably over 1,000 people over the course of my career, but I have to honestly say that I've never seen so much death around artists from a different region than Chicago. Like, I interviewed Blood Money, and 2 days later he was killed. I interviewed, from the time that I've known Dirk.
And I was with Blood Money right before he got killed.
Well, you were with Blood Money before he got killed?
Probably like a few days prior, a week at the most, you know what I'm saying? We was at Keef crib, at Sosa old crib back in Chicago.
Right.
And with Dirk, you know, that's my homie. Me and Dirk and Count shot that nigga video a day, probably 2 at the most, before Newski was killed. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, since I've known Dirk, he's had 2 people close to him killed. He had Newski
and Chino.
And he had Chino. Chino just happened. He said he talked to Chino 10 minutes before he got killed.
I could believe it.
I've never seen this much, not people that I've interviewed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen this much killing in just different regions.
And a lot of people can't tell you why. Like, it's just been so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, after a certain point, a beef could start with something so little as an Instagram post or a fight, like a petty fight. You know him, all right, y'all fight, one, he whoop you. And you see him the next time and you got your gun and he don't, and you shoot at him. You might not hit him, but now it's a war. He gonna try to get his lick back. And if he hit you, bloodshed, it's a war. Somebody died, it's an everlasting war.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is, and that's crazy. It's like that everywhere. So a lot of the beefs, people don't know why. Like, a lot of people come to, especially now that Chicago is being known for rap and violence and stuff like that, and the spotlight is on Chicago rappers, a lot of people get into shit that they don't know what's going on. Say, for instance, you not from this area, but your homie from this area, and you come around there and you want to get into their beef, and somebody comes shooting and you get killed the first day you come around. It's like that. It's
like that. This almost sounds like you're talking about an actual situation right now.
It's been situations like that.
It's just over and
time
over
and
again.
time again. Like, it could be a female coming around on a block where it's a barbecue, and she gets shot. It happened lots of times. When I got shot, females got shot. Bullets don't have no names on it.
Well, number one, why is there so many guns, so many illegal guns in Chicago?
It's illegal guns everywhere, but it's so many illegal guns in Chicago because everybody could get their hands on a gun. Kids can get their hands on a gun. Money speaks, money talks.
All right, so how much can you buy a gun right now for in Chicago? How much? $100?
$100.
$100.
$100.
Like a 9mm?
$100. A 9. If a crackhead want to fix, and he break into a house and find a gun, you could buy that gun for $20, depending on how desperate he is.
Really?
Yeah.
$20 gun.
$20. A big gun, nice gun.
Yeah.
It's guns everywhere, bro. Like, they falling out the sky.
Yeah. And
everybody got guns, bro. Like, everybody. Kids going to school, 14 years old, going to 8th grade with their gun on them, dipping it off around the corner because they got shit going on when they walking down the street or to the bus stop.
I was talking to Badass the other day, and we were talking about guns. And, like, I have guns, but I know that once I take my guns out my house, if I don't have, you know, a concealed carry license, I'm already risking my freedom.
Right.
Just having a gun on me, even if it's legal, right? So we were just talking about situations about if you have to take a gun somewhere, maybe it's a place you don't want to go. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like
exactly.
Like
that's how I feel at a certain point. Like, okay, if I need a gun, now I don't need to be there.
Right.
But you got to think about it. I live a certain type of lifestyle, and I've done stuff in my past, and you know what I'm saying, been around certain people in my past where that could apply to you. But then you think about it. All right, the one place you go without your gun, Chicago is big, bro. People carry guns everywhere and they don't care. So you could bump into the right person at the wrong place, and that could be your last. Yeah. You feel me? Like, so you can't really think like that, and then you can't feel like. I feel like Chicago is my city, so I'm gonna go wherever I want to go, wherever I feel comfortable at. And that's just, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you got to move a certain type of way. That made me the person I am. I feel like I'm smart, I'm mature because of my life in Chicago. And that's why I like to be certain places like LA and Atlanta and New York, because you could walk around without your gun. Like in Chicago, I feel like, okay, that's cool. You can walk around certain places without your gun, but where you feel comfortable, anywhere out of your element, you never know where you might see somebody or anything, and you risking your freedom, like you said. Like,
yeah, even if you don't use it, because I'm saying, if it's just a random search.
If you don't use it, a random search, you're risking your freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
what's the penalty for an illegal gun in Chicago?
Illegal?
Yeah.
The penalty, it's definitely jail time. You ain't getting no more probation. Like at first you could get probation, maybe house arrest, but it's like a 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
1 to 4, 1 to 5.
Right.
I know people who got 5 years for their first gun case. Right, no nothing, years. Not a burglary, no felony on their background.
So to put in perspective, you're 19, right? That means you would have been in jail since you were a freshman.
If I would have got caught with a gun.
Yeah, the equivalent. You see what I'm saying? 5 years, 4 years of high school, plus 1 more year out. That's how long you would be in a cage with a bunch of men, no women around.
And I actually,
for 5 years.
Last summer, I caught a gun case, but I beat it. You know
really?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay, so you got caught with a gun.
Yeah, like that ain't even, you know what I'm saying, for the public or nothing like that. Don't nobody know that I beat it. That's why I could actually speak on it.
Okay, how much were you facing? 5 years? Possibly?
Possibly.
5 years. You beat it.
Beat it.
How did you feel the day they told you that? So what, they dropped the case, or you actually went to court?
I went to court. I fought it.
Oh, you actually, okay, so they offered you a plea deal.
I mean, I had a lawyer, so I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying,
but
too much. Every time I came up to the judge, lawyer filed in this motion, I didn't really get offered any time yet because.
Oh, really?
When I went to preliminary, probable cause was dropped immediately, so I knew I was going to beat the case.
Okay.
Because they didn't have, you know what I'm saying, any probable cause to say that was my gun, or they didn't find the gun on me.
Okay. Where was the gun found?
Away from me.
Somewhere. But they tried to pin it on you.
Right.
So a gun was found, and they said, this is Herb's gun. Mm-hmm. You got charged with it, but they couldn't connect it to you.
Right.
So they didn't offer you a plea deal. They didn't say, okay, look, do a year and we'll drop the whole thing. You didn't even get that.
No. So well, matter of fact, I got the case was beat, but I had another case pending, so I just got like 90 days supervision for, you know what I'm saying, the gun case is beat.
They put it out. Yeah,
right.
Good lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were you stressed out?
Yeah, I was stressed out, man, because I ain't wanted to get out, or I didn't want it to harm me or what I had going on. You feel me? Like the slightest thing could mess up everything you got going on, and that's what Chicago does to you, like, sad to say. But if you from Chicago and you someone like me, I feel like I'd rather get caught with a gun and face 5 years than get shot.
Okay,
period.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Well, my job is sometimes dangerous as well. So I go out,
right?
But I have armed security with me,
right?
Either ex-LAPD or active LAPD or someone who's
that's
legally
the good
licensed.
thing about being in LA.
So no one has licensed guns?
In Chicago, yeah, people have license to carry a gun in Chicago. My older brother got license to carry a gun.
Okay, so why not just roll whenever you got to go somewhere?
I do, but he got his own life. He can't stay with me all day. I could put him on the payroll to do that.
Right.
Right. I can do that, but
not just him, but have maybe a few people. You know, I'm telling you what I go through. This is what I go through. Like, I have a few people around me when I go somewhere where I know there might be some problems.
How you use LAPD, Chicago PD not cool with me like that.
Oh, really? Oh, because of some of the songs? Chicago PD ain't trying to...
Right, they ain't too much cool with me. I ain't saying like they targeting me, like I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
But they're not going to work for you?
Nah.
Okay. Okay, but there are people that are legally licensed to carry actual security, the whole nine. So you could have different people like that you could rotate.
Yeah, I have those type of people around me as much as possible, but when you can't, you can't.
So you risk your life for that?
That's how I feel. I mean, no, I don't risk my life, but I don't put my life in jeopardy.
Well, I mean, you risk your freedom.
Your freedom.
See what I'm saying?
In a certain type of way, but
not in a certain type of way, in an actual way.
I mean, no, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, say like, I don't have to do that type of stuff. I didn't prove my point in the streets. I didn't earn any stripe I could earn in the streets. So
that's my point.
I don't, you know what I'm saying, have to do that. I got people around me who willing to sacrifice for me and people who love me. But
Well,
that's not the case.
Okay,
that's not the case either. So if I was to, I don't want to put it in as that. So if you want to be like specific, okay, I am risking my freedom. But that's the lifestyle that I live.
And here's the thing. When you have someone with you who is willing to sacrifice, when that type of shit goes down and someone shoots someone for you with an illegal gun, you're sort of wrapped
with
up
a legal gun, illegal gun, it don't, you know what I'm saying, right?
So as opposed to having real security where it's like, this is his job, he's going to go to court, I'm going to sit back and say, I hired him.
Avoid that kind of stuff, VladTV. Me, Lil Herb, I am moving to LA, Los Angeles, getting away from all the violence. I want to be around positive energy, and I want to be rich, and I want to make the lives better for everybody around me. So,
I mean, Chief Keef lives out here.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if he's
Chief Keef ain't had no problem since he moved out here.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Salute
Chief Keef,
that's actually Sosa. I don't care about what nobody say about me. You a punk, you a bitch, you moved. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I didn't earn all my period. Nobody. I don't have a point to prove. And if I feel like somebody disrespecting me, you gonna get the consequences behind that. So I'm gonna do whatever I want to do to make my life better and the people around me. I don't gotta answer to anyone.
Right now, but you made a great point. Since Chief Keef moved out here, you haven't heard
nothing about Sosa, but haters.
Any problem?
Ain't heard nothing about him.
He's been chilling.
Chilling. That's what I want to do. I want to chill. Why can't I chill?
We all want to chill. I came out here and I chilled.
I want to chill too, big bro. Let me chill, man.
What's the point? I mean, what's the point? What's the point of doing what you do?
Right, if you gotta watch your back and stress and worry about the next person who ain't doing shit for you.
Exactly.
Everybody want to add their 2 cents, but they ain't gonna move my mom out the hood.
Right.
If I get locked up for a gun or shooting somebody, they ain't gonna make sure my mama's straight or my sister's straight or I'm straight inside the jailhouse. So I don't care about what nobody got to say about me.
Did you know Chinks?
I've been around Chinks. Like, I had a show in New York. I don't know him.
Okay. I've met him before. We've interviewed him a few times.
And shit like that, you feel me? Like,
that shit's fucked
he
up.
was doing something with himself, you know what I'm saying? He got killed in his hometown. Not nowhere else. Like Meek said, he got killed in his hometown.
Yeah.
Snoop got killed in his hometown. So you got to move a certain type of way. You can't get out of your element or expect something, you know what I'm saying? You can't underestimate no person or no situation. So you got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Here's my theory when it comes to this, right? And I found myself getting, being guilty of the same thing, is that no one gonna show you the love that, like, your city shows you, like your core audience, like your old neighborhoods, like all that. No one's gonna show it, so you get so addicted.
Nobody gonna show you the love. Nobody gonna show you the hate.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword, because you want to go back there to get that love, because it's not the same coming from other people. So it's addictive. Like, you want to go back, but in the process of going back, you put your life in danger.
You feel me? Like, you got those certain people who you love and who you know love you sincerely. Like, got sincere, genuine love for you. And it's the people who gonna phony kick it, who know your spots, who know your personal business, who got genuine hate for you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be aware of that type of stuff, and that's how I am. I'm aware of that at a young age. I've been aware of that before my big success. Like, what I've been through already, I don't really label that a success, because I always want to be better. Like, I don't want to label myself as a certain type of artist or nothing. I just want to challenge myself and get better and better. So it's going to get worse, of course. Like, I ain't moved out of, you know what I'm saying, like officially moved from Chicago. I'm still in Chicago. So when I feel like I decided to move, all right, I don't want to be here no more, I want to come to Chicago when I want to. Of course you're going to get those haters who feel like in the 2 cents and that type of stuff, but that's not what I'm worried about. And I'm going to still go home to Chicago, because I got loved ones there. My grandmas don't want to leave Chicago.
Right.
They just want to be comfortable, live comfortable, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to leave their family, so I'm not going to leave my family.
Well, you talked about you support your mom, you support your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
My father, my grandmothers, my aunties, everybody. I got a family to look after, and that's who I look after first.
Okay. So,
and I got some people who I treat like family, so they could fall into that category. But at the end of the day, it's about my family.
When I interviewed Dirk last month, he said that he supports 20 of his friends
20?
in prison.
Everybody locked up that I call my homies or my brothers, I take care of them. Everybody I call my brother, I take care of them, send them money. Put money on their books so they can be straight.
And that's the type of shit that a nigga like Dirk, I ain't gonna say supposed to do or obligated to do, but that's what come with that type of lifestyle. I support my homies who in jail. Every last one of them. I talk to my homies every day. I got homies who, I'm 19. I got people who I'm supporting in jail in their late 20s and 30s, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just, you know what I'm saying, how the type of person I am. I got that type of loyalty and genuine love for them, and they got the same thing for me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So
how many of your friends are in jail right now?
About 20, maybe 15.
Okay.
Something
and
like
you
that.
put money on their books every month?
Every chance I get.
Yeah.
Whenever, like, if they call within a week radius, 2 weeks, it got to be a reason, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I support everybody who support me. Okay. So if you want to put me in harm's way or you don't understand what I got going on, I feel like I'm not going to go that extra mile for you if you're not going to do it for me or you don't understand. Because at the end of the day, I still got family and shit like that. And the people who,
right.
And if I say, for instance, I went to jail for something, I went to jail. And that person know they went to jail. You got to understand that first, you know what I'm saying? It's cool for you to depend on somebody, but you got to know at the end of the day, nobody owe nobody nothing. And everybody who I support behind the walls know that.
Okay. So at a certain point, things go up and down. You know, your money's great one day, your money's tough.
Exactly.
You know, you have a slow month, you have a slow year.
Right.
You have a slow 5 years.
That happens.
This is the nature of just
that
business.
Happens, right? And you got to understand that,
right.
And everybody around you got to understand it.
So, how much of a pressure is it to support that many people? With, you know, I mean, you don't have an album out yet.
Right.
You're putting out mixtapes for free. You got your show money. That's most of it, right?
Exactly. I mean, of course, it's sort of stressful, but I don't stress myself out because I got other things to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I got a mother at home and grandmothers and sisters. My sister is still in grammar school. She got a long way of life to go.
Wow, okay.
You feel me?
So you have a really young sister.
Right.
Okay.
So I got to still, you know what I'm saying, provide for the people.
Okay.
Those type of people first. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I provide for my homies in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no bad street ties whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you going to support those type of people because those are the type of people, you know what I'm saying, who is, a lot of my homies that's locked up now, they facing drama, you know what I'm saying? So they was putting it all on the line and stuff like that. But it ain't too much stressful because I kind of, you know what I'm saying, ease my way through it, you know what I'm saying? I balance everything out. Everything I do, I think about it. I plan everything out so I know, all right, okay, I just send him this and send him that. He need this, he need that. My mama need this, my mama need that. I need to do this. I got all that planned out, A, B, C, D, all the way to Z. Yeah. So I try to organize my life as much as possible to bring the least stress upon myself. And that's really how I just deal with it.
Well, human nature sometimes works like this. You could tell someone yes 100 times.
And tell them no one time.
There you go.
And everything goes sour, you feel? And those are the type of people who I don't want to have around me because you got to understand. And the people who I talk to on a day-to-day, they know. When I tell my homies, all right, I'm fucked up, I got to do this, give me a couple days. They going to say, all right, cool. Because I done did that and I done, you know, they know. You feel me? So I don't surround myself with those type of people who bring bad energy. Those are the people who I support. I know way more people in jail than the people who I support. I don't owe nobody shit.
I see what you're saying.
And if they want to do they do, let them do the do. They the ones got to ride it out, guys. Okay? Don't throw them under the bus. At least they ain't out hurting nobody.
Black people, we have okayed everything down to a point where our culture is gone. Black folks, for the most part, don't have nothing to say about hip-hop or R&B. It has been taken away from us.